How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about PROG stock. People have been telling me, did you see what happened? Yes, it ended up having a pullback on the Friday, finishing red. But again, this is one thing I want to make sure I be very clear about on this channel. Stocks don't just continue to go up. They need to pull back. They need to consolidate. If you're in the market thinking that stocks only go in one direction and that is up, then you're going to have a very hard lesson that you're going to be learning. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. And what does it look like in a bearish case scenario and as well as in a bullish case scenario? I want to make sure you guys are fully prepared going into Monday. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. We know already, depending on what the short interest looks like, it can have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to see what was the buying and the selling behavior like on the institutional side and as well as on the retail side. This is very key because then we can look forward to when we could see a possible spike or what type of price action could possibly happen. And then when all of that is done, we're going to go into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for PROG. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $3.60, being down 6.98%. On the low, it tested $3.47, and then on the high, testing $3.92. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 34.093 million shares, and then for the average volume over 10 trading days being at 156.188 million shares. So one thing you could see right away, we did have below average volume on the day, and this is part of the reasons why we had a pullback in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the 1-year daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it's right around 68.33. So it just cooled off a little bit. And then when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, we have strength above the 50-day, the 100-day, the 21-day EMA, and as well as the 200-day. And this is part of the reasons why I remain bullish. So one of the things that we want to pay attention to, yes, we were definitely on quite the run, and now we're having a pullback. No shocker there. Anyone that believed that stocks just continue to go up and they don't pull back or they don't consolidate, again, you are in the wrong place in regards to if you're looking to actually improve your profits. All right, I want to be very clear. Pullbacks are natural, they are healthy. Now, as far as support is concerned, on the day it ended up testing $3.47. So I'd want to see a continuation of that going into Monday. If we do not get that, then the next area of support I'd want to see hold up will be right here around $3.37. And of course, if we pull back further, I'd want to see us rebound off the 200-day at $3.19. Now, as far as where we tested on the high at $3.92, one thing that is very clear is that $4 has become a psychological area. So keeping this in mind, there will be many people that are going to be playing off of those fluctuations, especially if it decides to pull back and make those tests to 4. So that's one thing to keep in mind and will contribute to the volatility that you see inside of the play. But if we're able to get past $4, then of course I'm going to be looking forward to seeing some strength where we've seen this high here at $4.41 and wanting to see that test above $4.50 and seeing where we can go from there. Most ideal situation. So now you guys know the bullish case scenario and as well as the bearish case scenario. Let's see how it performs going into Monday. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for PROG. So we can see here for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 53.76, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 10 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 30,000, updated 18 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 81.59%. So that is significant there, but do keep in mind it was higher when we were covering our previous videos. And then when we take a look at what happened in regards to the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 28th, which was last week Thursday, it was at 53.11, and then the close for the 29th, which is the Friday that just passed, is at 53.76. 26. So what this tells us right away, PROG does continue to have short squeeze potential. So with that in mind, do know this play is going to have a lot of volatility. And plus on top of that, as far as for the overall market sentiment, it is fairly negative. But like I said, if we have a lot of volume coming through this play, we can see some strong moves in price action. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for PROG. So we can see here on the inflow is 26.41, and then on the outflow it was 23.12. So we ended up having an inflow day. When we take a look at the breakdown, you can see on the large it was 6.38, then on the medium it was 15.69, and then on the small it was 4.34. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 5.78. On the medium it was 13.27, and then on the small it was 4.07. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for October 29th, the Friday that just passed, it was at 599.08. So one thing that is very clear, when we take a look at this breakdown, there is a lot more buying on the small side, which represents the retail side. So that is good to know. But there also was a lot of profit taking and selling as well. So keep that in mind. When we take a look at what happened on the medium, again, more inflows, a lot more buying than we saw selling. And then when we take a look at the large scale orders, we can see possibly institutions have been loading up on shares, and they've been doing this on the 28th as well. So very good to know if you are holding this stock looking for a pop. And now when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 43.51%. No surprise there, because we know there's a lot of traders that are inside of this play due to the range that it tends to trade in. It has very strong price action, and I know many traders that are actually inside of the Discord that play this on a daily basis. So this is just one thing to be clear about, and it's why there's so much volatility when it comes to this play. So let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for PROG stock, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how it performs going into Monday. One thing that is very clear, we do have resistance at that $4 level. It's also a psychological area. There are many that are going to be looking to take profits here and also sell when it hits this particular range. So this is part of the reasons why we want to make sure we have a lot of buying pressure coming into the play so we can jump right past it. And again, we've seen above $4 in the week as well, and I'm talking about last week to be exact. So that's why I want to look forward to seeing it for the coming week. Now, as far as support is concerned, as long as we have strength above the 200-day, which I talked about inside of the technical analysis, I'm going to remain bullish when it comes to the play. So another thing to be aware of, if you are thinking about taking an entry, you do not need to be buying in at the top or anywhere near the $4 range. I feel like at that point, it is just FOMO. And we've been talking about this play for quite some time on the channel, and I know many of you have some really good cost averages. Just make sure you have a game plan or a strategy when it comes to protecting your profits. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. And one of the things that I want to bring to your attention as well, taking a look at the borrow fee. We seen that it was in the 100% range. Now we see it's like in the 80% range. So it has gone down a little bit, but at the same time, I still remain bullish because this price will continue to jump because that is still fairly high for any stock that's out in the market right now. And if we end up having some more volume or if it ends up picking up even further, this is why I feel this is a play you need to keep on your radar. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's see how well the stock performs on Monday.